Okay, grass monkeys, this is going to be a short little video on blades. I've had a few people ask me. This is probably mostly for the newer guys. I think a bunch of you guys that have been doing this for a while probably already know all this information, so this video may not pertain to you. But I've gotten a lot of questions, emails, things like that, from a lot of guys just starting off and wanting to know the difference, what they are and why. So I'm going to try to cover this as best I can for you. Okay, so this here is a set of regular blades. Okay, it's just pretty much your standard blade. You'll see they're almost straight. They just got a little bit of a lip on it. That is a regular set of blades. Okay, and that's for your everyday normal cutting. A lot of people don't run them, but I guess a lot of people probably do. So that's pretty much all there is to it. It's just a regular blade with very little lip right there. Now these here are high lift blades. Okay, you'll see that this curves up a lot more than this. Okay, so you got a curve up, and these are high lift blades. The rest of it pretty much looks standard to the other blade. It just has the curve up at the end. Okay, now these here are what's called super high lift blades. You'll see the backside there almost comes straight up. Okay, I'm going to explain the difference of these two blades in a minute, but you'll notice the difference here. The backside of your blade, here's your cutting edge, just like the rest. The backside of your blade comes almost straight up. Okay, so again, we have regular blades, very little lip, high lift blades that curve up a lot, and then super high lift blades that curve almost straight up. Okay, now these here are what's called gator blades. They have these teeth like that. You don't ever sharpen these edges. Okay, you still only sharpen the main part, the front cutting edge, like you do on every other blade. You never sharpen these here. Okay, these teeth here, some of them have 3. I've actually seen them with 4 teeth, so there'll be a 4th one right there. This all depends. I don't really notice much of a difference with the 4th one. I ran them before. I guess there could be a little bit of a difference, but I don't really notice much. But that's your basic gator blade. Okay, now this blade is for mulching. It has a little bit of a lift, but pretty much what these do, the idea behind them, the design, which I found they do exactly what they say, is when you're mowing, the front part of your cutting edge will cut the grass. Okay, instead of just cutting it and shooting it out the deck like all the other blades will, it actually flips the grass over after it cuts it. These teeth here will cut it again to chop it up even smaller, and then it throws it out the deck. Okay, so I run these in the spring and the fall when grass is growing thick, or when I'm chopping up a bunch of leaves. Versus bagging them, you can go over them a couple times and cut it once, cut it twice. Sometimes it'll cut it a 3rd time, with their theory anyway, how they explain them, the manufacturer. And then it chops it up. It comes out of your deck a lot smaller. So it's less noticeable laying there. It breaks down, and as grass breaks down, you chop it up smaller and you leave it on the lawn versus bagging it. You don't see it because, you won't have all the clumps and everything laying there, because the gator teeth will chop it up smaller and it'll just fall down into the rest of the yard. But as it breaks down, it actually fertilizes a lawn. So that's the whole idea of mulching up leaves and mulching up grass, chopping it up smaller, is when it breaks down, it decomposes, it actually fertilizes. Okay, so now the point of these regular blades will just go over the grass and just cut it. That's it, plain and simple, nothing special to it. It just cuts it. These high lifts will suck the grass up. This lift right here, this curve in it, changes the airflow under your deck, and it causes the grass to be sucked up, to stand up, so you'll get an even, cleaner cut. Okay, the super high lifts do the same thing, only with the sharper angle there, and the fact that they stand up a lot straighter, it changes the airflow again, which creates a lot more suction, a lot more vacuum to suck the grass straight up. What these two blades will do, I run these all summer during the regular season. What these blades will do is it allows you to cut a lot faster, because you'll notice on your mowers, you can only go so fast cutting with gator blades or cutting with regular blades. If you go too fast, you'll notice that it'll leave a lot of stragglers behind. It'll leave a bunch of little small blades of grass higher than the rest, where it didn't cut it all perfectly even. These high lift blades change that, because it sucks it up with so much force. You get that clean cut every time. Once your blades start to get dull, that affects it as always. So as long as your blades are sharpened the way that they're supposed to be. Now, I believe the manufacturer recommends somewhere between 30 degrees and 35 degrees on the angle of your cut, or on the angle of your blade. That's the degree you want to sharpen them to. I sharpen all of my blades at a 30-degree angle. What this does is it allows me to go longer in between sharpenings. In the past, before I got my angles just right and I was sharpening them at the wrong angle, my blades would dull out a lot faster, and it would require me to do a lot more sharpening. What I use is this Neary blade sharpener. A lot of you guys have already seen this in my other videos, and I have this set at the perfect angle. For those of you that haven't seen my videos in the past, you'll know this is what I use. It's just an angle finder with a magnet on it. Well, the magnet's supposed to work with an angle on it, and you can see it's set right at 30 degrees. It tells you the exact angle so that you get the exact angle every time. And that's what I sharpen my blades at. Now, you can do the same thing using your typical bench grinder, and if you have a new set of blades, they will already have an angle on it. I believe most of them come at 30 or 35 degrees, so just stick with the manufacturer's angle. Just keep, just back and forth across it till you get that nice sharp edge, and keep it a nice clean sharpen and keep that same angle, and you should be fine. You never want to sharpen the back side. Okay, that should be flat. Some people do sharpen it. I'm not really sure why. But you're not supposed to, according to what the manufacturers say of all these different blades. These ones here are made by Rotary, those are made by Oregon, and then there's the manufacturers of mowers sell their own brand of blade too. 9 times out of 10 they're going to be made by Rotary or Oregon. Your manufacturer may just put their name on them, but that's pretty much the gist of it. So again, you have your gator blades, which will cut, then flip the grass up, cut it a second or maybe even a third time before it ejects it out the deck. It'll come out smaller. Your super high lifts create a lot of vacuum to stand that grass straight up, so you get a cleaner cut. Your regular high lifts will also suck that grass up, just not as much as the super high lifts will. And then your standard blades are just pretty much what comes on every mower and just does a regular job cutting the grass. So that's pretty much the gist of it. I hope this will help somebody out, and those of you that have asked, I hope this covers all the questions you had. If you have any more questions, things I didn't cover, just leave your comments below and I will try to answer them as best I can. And if you like this video, hit like and share the video. Click that share button, share it to your channel, share it to wherever. And I don't know, that's about it. So I hope this took care of things for you guys and answered the questions you may have. That is your basic blades for any commercial mowing, even regular mowing, homeowners. This could help you as well. Give you an idea, depending on your needs, what kind of blades you want to run. And you can go to any dealers and get your blades. I buy all my blades on eBay. It's the cheapest way to get them, and when you go through a lot of blades, you want to find the cheapest way to get them, which to me is eBay. So that's about it. Hope this helps. I'm out.